Hello everybody, hopefully this is recording. I am going to walk you through yet another proof. This one's a bit more complex. Um, it's still not super complex, it doesn't require subproofs, which is something we'll be going into in a later module, but there's certainly more steps to this one and it might not be as straightforward. So as always, the first thing you want to do is you want to get down all of your premises, and if you're doing it in a word processor, you just cut and paste. And there we go. And those are premises. Might need to, oops. Well, we might end up running out of room here. We'll have to see. Make that a little smaller. And maybe I'll make the font a little smaller. There we go. Okay. So we have our premises now. Now maybe you can't see how to get to this right away. One thing you might want to do is work a little bit backwards. For one thing, we know that z doesn't appear anywhere in our premises. And we also know that with or disjunction introduction, if you have half of the disjunct, you can add anything you want. So if we can just get P, then we can just add the or, Z, and M to it, or in fact anything we want. Because if P is true, then P or anything else is true. So that might be a good sort of overview of where to aim, but maybe you don't even know where to start. So some things you could do is you could just sort of break up the premises as much as you can. Now, most of these can't be broken up. We have an atomic sentence here. We have a disjunction here. We haven't gone over disjunction elimination, so the only thing we know about is disjunctive syllogism so far. We have two conditionals, but we also have a biconditional. So at least we can break up the biconditional, because before you can use the biconditional, you have to break it up into an actual conditional statement. And as you know, it breaks up into two conditional statements. S therefore not Q, and not Q therefore S, because this is saying S is true if and only if not Q is true. And so this is biconditional elimination on line 5, and that is what they both are. Okay, let's get ourselves a few more line numbers here. Okay, can we do anything else? Well, we don't have very many atomic sentences, but we do have one. Can we do anything with M? Well, we could definitely get T, right? So you can get T, and you can cite that as modus ponens or conditional elimination. Lines 3 and 1. So you cite the conditional first. So we have T. Well, here's our new raw material. Can T get us anything? Well, T can get us S, right? So we can conclude S. Again, straightforward modus ponens. And citing lines 4 and then the antecedent, which is on line 8. Okay, now we have S. Well, can we get anything else? Well, we already broke down our biconditional. We can get not Q. So there we go, not Q. Again, this is straightforward modus ponens. You cite the conditional. Now you don't cite the biconditional, because remember you can't go directly from a biconditional to a result from the antecedent. You have to cite the conditional. So we're citing line 6, and then the antecedent, which is on line 9, and now we have not Q. Okay, can we do anything else? Well, we know that P or Q is true, and we know that Q is not true. So it stands to reason that P must be true, since at least one of those must be true, and we know half of it is false. And if you recall what that is the disjunctive syllogism. You cite the disjunction first, and then you cite the part where half of it is negated, which is on line 10, and now we have P. Okay? If you recall from our discussion earlier, as soon as you have half of a disjunct, you can add anything you want with disjunction introduction. So P or Z and M. That's just disjunction introduction, and that's a very simple one to cite. You just cite the line that you're adding something to. So there you go. There is our proof. Took 12 lines, but as long as you go through step by step, it works out fine. And again, you might not use everything that you broke down. So we ended up using S, therefore not Q, but we never used not Q, therefore S, right? So you could have done this in one line less had you eliminated this. But it's okay to have a couple extra lines in there, and you could just clean up your proof after, eliminate it. Of course, if you eliminate a line, then you got to make sure you update anything that's changed down here. Anyways, I hope that this helps, and I will talk to you later.